ज्ञानांधस्य ज्ञानांजनशलाकया चक्षुषुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So today ISKCON Kolkata is observing the memorial festival of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. So I did not think that I have to speak on a topic. I have to speak on Maharaj after his disappearance. It's very painful in my heart. I spoke about him on his Vyas Puja, and that is very enlivening and joyful. But now, by the influence of time, we have to speak on Maharaj, on his disappearance. For a Vaishnava, appearance and disappearance is same. But for us, disappearance is a very painful experience. So it is explained that disappearance celebration of an acharya, spiritual leader, gives us a mixed feeling to the devotee. It's a feeling of pain in the heart because we will not be able to have his association. That's why it's very painful. But it also gives some inspiration and hope that he is with his eternal master and serving his master wherever his master is. So it's a mixed feeling. But at this moment, for us, is a feeling of pain, of separation. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Ramananda Roy, what is the most painful distress in this world? So Ramananda Roy replied that the pain of separation of Vaishnava, that is the most painful experience. And especially a Vaishnava, a spiritual leader like His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. I personally saw him in the year 1997. I was new in Krishna consciousness. Still I am new. It was a conference organized by His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj in the Science City of Kolkata, Synthesis of Science and Religion. And I think Gaurang Prabhu was also there. I saw him there, but we did not know each other at that time. And Maharaj gave a speech. I still remember. It was a really heart-touching speech because I was new in Krishna consciousness. I was very much inspired by his wonderful speech, and that continued in my life. I was just contemplating on Maharaj that what's the special qualities. The list is very long and time is very limited. But it is very clear that he is very, very dear to Prabhupada. Very, very dear. Although he joined little late from time factor as compared to other disciples of Prabhupada. But he, when he met him in a train from Prayagraj to Kolkata. So in the first instruction, the first meeting, he got the instruction that please translate my books into Bengali. That shows that this kind of thing does not happen in a regular feature as a disciple. It was an exceptional thing. And I was hearing the biography of Maharaj. Maharaj himself was speaking. I was hearing yesterday. And he said that Maharaj was approaching Prabhupada in a very fearful way and asking, Prabhupada, can I get initiation from you? Because that time many devotees are not able to get initiation from him. And Maharaj was very fearful that whether he will get initiation or not. So Maharaj approached Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, can I get initiation from you? So Prabhupada said, why not? So I'll give you next Gaur Purnima, come in Gaur Purnima, I'll give you initiation. So Maharaj got first initiation and second initiation together from Srila Prabhupada. And within few months, I think within 3 months, he was awarded the Sannyas Order of Life. So quick, everything was very quick. And that shows the level of confidence Prabhupada had in him. To give him sannyas in 3 months, I think nobody got in ISKCON. In 3 months, after first initiation and second initiation together, in 3 months he got the sannyas order of life. That shows how dear Srila Bhakti Saraswati Swami Maharaj to Srila Prabhupada. So he has amazing personality, and whoever has his personal experience with him, nobody can forget that, because his association is filled with love. That much I can say. And he never treated us, I don't know, other devotees. I never felt that he is treating us like junior, senior. Is just like a loving father. So loving. And whenever he is in Mayapur, so his presence in Mayapur makes Mayapur as full of festivities. And his main attraction was that he always loves to invite devotees to have prasadam with him. And all the time in his quarters in Conch building, devotees take prasad. Maharaj loves to cook and loves to feed devotees. And he is so joyful by doing that service. And we also felt the presence of Prabhupada when we are with Maharaj taking prasad and talking to him. We felt so comfortable and so much happy in that atmosphere, in the association of Maharaj. Then his mood is very, I saw a very consistent mood. I have been interacting with him very closely since 1999. And I saw him very consistent in his approach. So during that pandemic time, while he was in Ujjain, I had a conversation. And he was expressing the concern about unity in ISKCON. And same thing he used to speak before also. He said that I am very worried that after we leave, then they should not identify themselves with individual guru. He was talking about guru-centered life, not Prabhupada-centered life. He said now it is our duty as the spiritual masters of ISKCON to train our disciple in a very strong way that Srila Prabhupada is the center of ISKCON. And every devotee, irrespective of whose disciples are they, so they should always keep Prabhupada in the center. And we are discussing that why not have a get together of all the spiritual masters of India, so that at least India become very much united and fulfill the legacy of Prabhupada's instruction of unity in diversity. So Maharaj was telling me that it should be organized. And he gave another idea of instruction which I cannot share here. So he had a big plan for ISKCON India. So I'll share with other ISKCON leaders later. And by that idea, I could understand that he always thought out of the box. He's a leader. And he wanted to take ISKCON India to a different level. So I took notes of these instructions. And I think we should fulfill that instruction of Maharaj as All India ISKCON leadership. And his instruction, what Gauranga Prabhu also told, I want to repeat that, because he has been repeating this instruction again and again, again and again, again and again. And I think it should be also repeated again and again after his departure also. So he said that Srila Prabhupada is the preeminent Shiksha Guru of ISKCON, means Prabhupada is the center. GBC is the ultimate managerial authority. Then whatever happens, never leave ISKCON and establish unity in diversity in ISKCON society. So I think this should be the guiding force, guiding principle for all ISKCON leaders now and in the future. And we should always keep this instruction of Maharaj and make it happen to keep ISKCON India, keep ISKCON world united. Because Prabhupada also said that ISKCON means unity in diversity. Because diversity is a feature of the spiritual world. Diversity has to be there. Without diversity, nothing is wonderful. But unity is the binding force. Unity in diversity. So Srila Prabhupada is that unifying force to keep this ISKCON society unified. So to conclude, so Maharaj's place cannot be filled by anybody because he is unique. So unique personalities cannot be replaced. He will remain eternally in the hearts of the devotees, and he will be the center of ISKCON as long as ISKCON movement will continue. And this moment of separation I was contemplating, then when Krishna left Vrindavan, the Brajavasis, they could not live and they could not die. Such a position. Why they cannot live? Because without Krishna, what is the use of life? But they cannot die also. Why? Because Krishna said, I'll come back. So in the same way that our situation is also like that. To live without Maharaj is very, very difficult and painful. So Brajavasis, what did they do? They could not live, they could not die. What they did only one thing, they cry. So in the same way, we also cannot do anything other than cry. Hare Krishna. Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki. I'm sorry.